Ho, 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 everybody. Hi, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. Ho, ho, ho. How is everyone tonight? Is everybody there? We have a big show tonight. And I'm stirring my hot cocoa right now. And now I'm going to add some of my marshmallows. These are the best marshmallows ever. Ever, ever, ever. If you like marshmallows, get these, guys. They're really good in hot cocoa. All right, got some marshmallows in my cocoa. Hi, boys and girls and Christmas adult friends. All right, we're going to do 2 readings tonight. 2 readings. Isn't that exciting? Okay, let's see. Everybody hop on and say hello. All right, let's see where we're at here. Ho, 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 everyone. Merry Christmas. Hop on. I'm going to get ready. All right. I'm going to have a drink of my hot cocoa. That is so good. So, for those of you that are new, Merry Christmas Eve and welcome. All right. I am going to pop on my cell phone right here so I can see you guys if you make comments. Make sure I'm live. Looks like I am. And then I'll lower the volume. All right. Here we go. So tonight will be a special night to talk to you because it just got a little quiet here at the North Pole now that Santa's been dispatched on his sleigh, and he just started delivering toys all over the world to good boys and girls. But don't worry, he's not quite coming to your house just yet because he knows that I have an evening with you planned. So you're on the list. But he has a lot of children in front of you, which is great because now you can have a little time with Mrs. Claus before you rest your heads for the night and wait for Santa to come in the morning. So for those of you who are new, I usually have adult time every other Wednesday, but tonight is special for the boys and girls because it's Christmas Eve and we're going to read a couple of stories. So I can only spend a small amount of time with you guys tonight because I have to get some must needed rest, just like all of you to be rested up for Christmas morning. So I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas Eve so far and you guys are doing something fun. Are you in your pajamas tonight? Have you left out your cookies and milk for Santa and something perhaps for the reindeer? And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. The reindeer love carrots, but they're not as picky as you might think. So if you don't have a carrot, don't worry. You can put just about any treat out for them. And if Santa thinks that the reindeer will like it, he'll make sure he gives it to them before the next stop. But if you have carrots, that's really good. All right, so I hope you have all been good boys and girls this year, as well as the adults. And I hope you've helped out around the house, and you cleaned your room, and you brushed your teeth, and you helped out in any way you can. And I'm a firm believer in being a helper in this world. Do you know what a helper is? Well, you probably do. But in case if you out there don't know what a helper is, I'm going to tell you it's when a good boy or girl, or even an adult, does something for someone else out of the goodness and kindness of their heart without being asked. There are also some circumstances where you are asked to help someone out, and I hope you're the kind of person that is always willing to help others if someone needs you. I know in my life when I help others, it makes my heart all warm and fuzzy inside. So I hope all you little ones are the best helpers in training this side of the North Pole. So I'm drinking my hot cocoa tonight. Anyone else drinking hot cocoa? I like mine with my marshmallows. If you didn't see when I started, I love these marshmallows. Oh, they're so yummy. Mrs. Claus loves her hot cocoa. So I want to read all of you guys 2 stories tonight. Does that sound good? The first story is about sharing and Christmas magic, which is a really nice story, and I can't wait to read it to you all. The second one is one of my favorite Christmas stories of all time, and I'm sure someone probably has read this story to you, but I wanted to give you a special treat tonight on this very magical Christmas Eve night. So if everyone is ready, I think we should begin our story. What do you guys think? Is now a good time? Are you all in front of the TV or computer or a phone watching and ready to listen? Well, I think it's just about time to start our first book, okay? I'm going to read this book called The Wonderful Once, and then after this, we'll read The Night Before Christmas. Does that sound good, guys? All right, I'm going to get to my book, and I'm going to read it off my computer, which might be a little challenging, but it should be okay. So let's get to that, and then we'll start. And for those of you just popping on, Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. And I'm so happy to be here with you. Okay, so this story is called, what did I say it was? The Wonderful Once. That's right. I was thinking about the other one that I'm going to read, but that's not it. We're going to do this one first. Just in case people pop on late, I want to make sure everybody's listening when I do The Night Before Christmas, okay? So we're going to read this one first, which is wonderful, and I'm happy to read it with you guys, and it's called The Wonderful Once. So here we go. Most things in life happen over and over again. Some things only happen once. This is a story of a wonderful once. It all began in a small village nestled in a peaceful valley. Friendly people filled happy hours, and carefree children ran and played through the narrow streets. A dressmaker, a carpenter, a baker, a blacksmith, and a shopkeeper made the village square a busy hub of goings-on and a fine place for gatherings and conversation. The surrounding farms were green in the summer and perfect for sledding in the winter. In the middle of the village, a special school cared for boys and girls who didn't have a home. The devoted headmaster and teachers treated the children well. Most children spent only a brief time at the school before loving parents adopted them. The best time of year at the school was just after the harvest, around the time of the first snowfall. The village came alive with activity as everyone prepared for the annual winter festival. Villagers decorated their houses and businesses with colorful ribbons and evergreens. Warm kitchens glowed with fires, and the mouth-watering aroma of cakes and pies filled the air. Each year, villagers donated everything necessary for the school's celebration. The dressmaker, the carpenter, the blacksmith all made toys for all of the children. The townsfolk prepared a great feast, including a mountain of desserts. The children looked forward to the festival with delicious anticipation. As they ate, the boys and girls eyed the gifts piled in the corner of the room, hoping to be the first to select a present from the tower of the mysterious delights of gifts. Before dessert, each child chose a gift. At one particular festival, Lucas, who was the youngest child, went first. Feeling a bit shy, he took his time approaching the pile of treasures. As he drew near, his shyness turned to excitement. Which one do I choose? Big, small, heavy, light? Not wanting to seem selfish or unkind, he chose the smallest gift. He tingled as he unwrapped it. What was it? When he untied the ribbon and peeled back the cloth, a beautiful hand-carved sleigh appeared. It was fine in every detail, made by hands that loved the wood, painted by an artist who chose the brightest red, the blackest black, and the shiniest gold. Full of joy, Lucas smiled. Perfection. He had never been happier in his life. He couldn't take his eyes off the sleigh as he traced it with its borders with his fingers and gave the tiny bells a jingle. As the night went on, each child selected a gift from the pile until none were left. The party continued with more food, laughter, music, and well-told stories to amuse the children. One teacher juggled, another performed magic tricks. Everyone was filled with a festive spirit that gave the room life that lit all their faces. What could be better? As the hour grew late, they heard a knock at the door of the school. The headmaster opened it to a tall man and a little girl. They brushed the snow from their clothes and entered. Everyone could see that the little girl was sad. The tall man explained to the headmaster that the little girl didn't have a home and needed to stay at the school until a family adopted her. This was the most difficult time for any child new to the school. She felt alone and wondered what would happen next. Everyone tried to make her feel welcome, but all the merriment in the room didn't change how she felt. Watching her, Lucas felt sad too. With only one toy for each child, the new girl would be without a toy. At that moment, Lucas had an idea. He would give the little girl his toy, the sleigh. Lucas held the sleigh in both hands as he approached the table where he sat. With outstretched arms, he presented the sleigh to her. "For you," Lucas said. The look of disbelief on her face soon became a bright smile. "Thank you," she whispered. That was it. The wonderful once. That was the moment that changed Lucas forever. He experienced a feeling unlike any other. Sure, he had felt wonderfully happy when he received his sleigh, but this was something entirely different. He wished that he could hold on to this feeling forever. He realized that giving a gift was far better than getting one. Nothing in Lucas's short life had prepared him for what would happen next. At first, his happiness made it hard to fall asleep, but soon enough, a cloud of drowsiness carried him off to dreamland. He floated above dreamland like a feather, enjoying the pleasure that comes from knowing that all is well and he had done his best. the part of his dream came in a sleepy vision. He saw a woman dressed in a flowing robe of red velvet tied with a white and silver ribbon. Her long hair fell over her shoulders. It was like a golden waterfall. In a word, she was beautiful, and not just in appearance. She projected a calming aura of peace and friendliness that put Lucas at ease. "I believe introductions are in order," said the woman. "I am Lucas Aston," he said. "I am the spirit of giving," she said with a smile that warmed Lucas. "Oh," said Lucas, "pleased to meet you." "I'm the one who's pleased," said the spirit. "I saw how generous and kind you were to the new girl and how you unselfishly gave away your precious sleigh to make her feel welcome." "How did you know about that?" asked Lucas. "Wherever and whenever a good turn is done, I'm there," answered the spirit. "I felt happy giving away my toy," said Lucas. "I wish I could give every girl and boy in the world a toy." Said the spirit of giving. "That sounds like a great idea. How can we make that happen?" "I don't know," replied Lucas. The spirit thought for a moment before she spoke. "I think I could help make your dreams come true." She told Lucas that she would return the next morning and adopt him, and that would be the first step to following his dream. As promised, she returned and pledged to take care of Lucas forever. They said their goodbyes to the headmaster that morning, the teachers, the children, leaving the new little girl for last. They hugged each other without saying a word. Instead, they exchanged grateful looks that made them both happy. As Lucas and the spirit walked away down the village street, they began making plans. "I know a place where we can make your dreams come true," said the spirit. "It's a bit chilly, but we'll have all the help and magic we need." She took Lucas by the hand and said, "Close your eyes, Lucas, and think of a happy thought." And just like that, they floated away and landed in the softest snow imaginable. "Where are we?" asked Lucas, looking around in amazement. The spirit whispered in his ear, "It's the North Pole." "It's really cold here," said Lucas through his chattering teeth. "I can help with that," said the spirit. With a wave of her hand and a nod of her head, she magically wrapped the boy in a red velvet suit. "That's much better," sighed Lucas. They walked over a beautiful snowdrift, and there, in all its charm and beauty, sat a tiny magical village. As they approached, Lucas saw some of its residents. "Who are they?" he asked the spirit. "They're elves," she replied, "and they will help us make the toys. The elves have been making toys for themselves for years, and they're exceptionally good at it." "How did they get here?" asked Lucas. "Many years ago, during a very big storm, stardust and snowflakes swirled together to create the elves," she explained. "It was magic." As they walked through the village, the spirit introduced Lucas to the elves. As everyone knows, elves have a knack for knowing who's naughty and who's nice. They quickly saw Lucas among the nicest of all of them. "This is all so fantastic," exclaimed Lucas. "But before we made all the toys, how will I deliver them to all the children?" "Ah," said the spirit with a smile, "follow me." She led Lucas to a large red barn. They stopped before entering, and the spirit asked Lucas to close his eyes again. "Are we going on another trip?" asked Lucas. "No," said the spirit patiently. "Just close your eyes." When he opened his eyes back up, he saw it, an exact replica of the sleigh he had given to the new girl at the school. Only this time it was full-sized and hitched up to a team of reindeer. "Oh my," said Lucas, smiling. "It's perfection." Lucas's heart beat so fast he felt so thrilled. "Are the reindeer strong enough to pull a sleigh of toys?" Lucas wondered. "Get in," encouraged the spirit, "and let's see." Lucas jumped into the sleigh, and he gave the reins a gentle tug. With that, the sleigh moved forward and upward. "Wow," shouted Lucas, "they can fly!" The spirit smiled. "Stardust and snowflakes are a very powerful combination," she said. Lucas guided the flying sleigh back down to the ground amid a chorus of jingling bells and swirling snow. As he climbed out, he asked the spirit of giving, "But when? When should I deliver the toys?" "How about Christmas time?" suggested the spirit. Lucas nodded his head in agreement. "Yes," he replied, "that would be wonderful." "Now, our plan is complete. We only have one detail left. What shall we call you?" asked the spirit. "What's wrong with Lucas?" he asked. "Nothing. Lucas is a fine name, but let's make a name that the children all around the world will remember." They walked over to a workbench where an elf was making building blocks with letters of the alphabet that's painted on them. Said the spirit. "Let's see. Your name is Lucas Aston." She spelled it very slowly, one by one. She selected the blocks with the same letters. Lucas. Astan. She placed each of those blocks in a velvet sack and shook them up. When she spilled the blocks onto the workbench, guess what they spelled? Santa Claus. "That's you," said the spirit. "You are Santa Claus." And that was it. The plan was complete. The wonderful once had worked its magic, and Lucas's dream had come true. And so it was. From that day forward, he was Santa. Over the years, he became plump and grew a beautiful white beard. But mostly, he grew to appreciate his good fortune at being able to make other boys and girls happy, and how the power of a single unselfish gesture has changed the world forever. Did you guys like that story? Wasn't it really nice? That was a beautiful story, The Wonderful Once. There's a few things that I like about that story. Just have to have a sip of hot cocoa first. The first thing I loved is that he picked the smallest gift, not wanting to be selfish. It's tough sometimes not to be selfish, but if you want to be a good person in life, thinking of other people's feelings besides just how you feel is a wonderful quality to have, and it also puts you straight on Santa's good list. Not being selfish means that you have a great, big, wonderful heart, and you're excuse me, guys. Ooh, hold on. Sorry about that. And if you have a great, big, wonderful heart, your life will be rewarded with happiness when you are good to others. Now, sometimes we all know... Ooh, hold on, guys. I need another drink. Let me have another drink. Hold on. Sometimes we can be very good to some people, and sometimes they won't be that nice back to us. They might hurt our feelings or take advantage of our kindness. They might make fun of you. They just might be mean. But I promise you, when you grow up, those people really won't matter to you or even be a part of your world, because when you surround yourself with good friends, good family, and other people who aren't selfish or mean-spirited, your world becomes so beautiful. So all you boys and girls out there, be kind, be generous, help others, think of others, and your heart will always be happy and full. And do you know what other part of the story that I really liked? It was when Lucas gave the new girl his gift because there weren't any presents left for her to open. He was giving away something that was so special to him just to make someone else feel happy. That is the best gift of all. So, my little friends out there, I hope you had a favorite part of the story and you can share this with your friends and family, and we can all be as caring as Lucas was just to make someone else smile. That's my goal in life, and I hope it'll be yours as well. Okay, so are you all ready for the best Christmas story ever? Now, I bet sometime in your life someone has read this story to you, and it's my privilege to read it all to you tonight. So, without any more delays, here's our final book called The Night Before Christmas. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before, and this is what I'm going to be reading from. Now, I'm not going to show you the pictures, so I'm just going to read it right from the book. I'm going to move my hot cocoa. All right. Okay. Here we go, guys. Hope you're all snuggled in. It was the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wind hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings. Then he turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside his nose, giving a nod, and up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." And that is our last page. What a wonderful book. And I hope you all enjoyed our time together. So I think we should sing one song together before we go. What do you guys think? What song should we sing? I think I'm going to pick Santa Claus is Coming to Town tonight because he is coming to town. He's coming to your town. So you guys want to sing together? Maybe we could sing one song together? I think we could do that. What do you think? I'm going to have a sip of my hot cocoa first. That's such a nice story. It's one of my favorites. When you guys come visit me at the cottage, I'll be reading that once in a while on a special treat day. All right, so I have some wonderful sleigh bells, and maybe this will help us sing the song, okay? So let's sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town together, all right? You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. So you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yay! I bet all you guys know that song. Thanks for singing along with me, for those of you who did. Okay, so let's see. For those of you who have to go to bed now, I want to thank you for singing along with me, and for anyone who wants to stay up just a little bit longer with me, I want to tell you a riddle, and then I'm going to check some comments and try to see how many people get the riddle right. How does that sound? And you can say hello as well. Let's see. Oh, and just so you know about the comments, sometimes I don't see them all. So if I don't see your comment, don't get upset. Sometimes we don't have the best reception here at the North Pole, and sometimes I miss comments. So if I miss a comment, I'll go back later when I'm off the live, and I will make sure I say hello to each and every one of you. Does that sound good? So if anybody needs to go to bed, good night and Merry Christmas to you. And for those of you who want to stay up and do a riddle with me, and I'll say hello to you online, here's the riddle for the night, okay? So the riddle is, why is it so cold on Christmas? Why is it so cold on Christmas? All right, so I'm going to check comments and say hi to you guys. So let me do that right now. I'll do my best to get over to you guys. Let's see. All right. All right. So Rosa's on. Rosa, Merry Christmas Eve. Amanda's on. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. Manny, Merry Christmas Eve to you and Jason. Hello, Lisa. Merry Christmas Eve to you. And Jerry, same to you. And Amanda and Jennifer, Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. Bo, Merry Christmas Eve. Sing for me, Bo. Sing and play the banjo for me. I love it. Jeffrey, Merry Christmas Eve. Ho, ho, ho to you. Chris is on. Hello, Chris. Are you with Don? Say hello. Give him my love. Marlene, Merry Christmas Eve. And I believe it's Alicia. Is that right? That's very beautiful if that's how you say it. Merry Christmas to you. And Gina. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Gina. Beverly. Beverly lives in Hawaii. She's 85 years old, and she still volunteers because she has a really good heart. And volunteering is a wonderful thing to do, boys and girls. Elisa's on. Hello. Elisa's queen of volunteering. Merry Christmas Eve to you, my friend. Jerry. Gerardo. Yes, you can. Merry Christmas to both of you. Flora, Merry Christmas Eve. September, Merry Christmas Eve to you. Monica, Merry Christmas Eve. Lisa, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. I hope you're having a good time. Did anybody figure out? Oh, you said Jack Frost. That is close to the riddle. So the riddle was, why is it so cold on Christmas? Are you guys ready for the answer? It's because it's December. Did you get it? Why is it so cold on Christmas? Because it's December. Well, everyone, it has been my pleasure to spend this evening with all of you. Tonight is a special night, and I am totally honored you chose to spend it with me and got to hear 2 nice books that I hope you enjoyed. And some of you might be going to sleep now, or you might be going to church for midnight mass, or whatever you're doing tonight. I want you guys to enjoy yourself. I want you guys to be very good. Not just today, not just the week before Christmas, but every day. Be good, be kind. Remember, we celebrate this day because Jesus was kind to everyone he met, and tomorrow we celebrate him. Mrs. Claus loves you all and hopes you have the best Christmas ever. So be good. And not just today, because Santa's watching every single day, and also because it makes you feel good in your own heart when you are good to others. So everyone, enjoy your hot cocoa and all the good food, and I hope Santa brings you all the presents you asked for. And if you don't get everything you want, just know that it's okay. Be grateful for what you do have. And that's what life is all about, being grateful and being kind. And if you're grateful and kind to others, you will have a great life. All right, everybody, Merry Christmas to you all, and to all, a good night.